Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. In this video we are going to talk about Blazor loading animation. Now if I refresh this application, let's see, now you can see we have this loading animation over here. Let me do it once more. You can see we have it loads from 0 up to 100. So in this, when you create a Blazor project, you have this loading animation automatically. Now can you change this? Yes, we can change this. Now this is in a circular form. Yeah, we can use a progress bar. We can use any other CSS style to customize the loading animation, as you can see, and that is what you're going to have a look today. Okay, so in there, to do it, first of all, let's navigate this where this loading animation is found. So when you create a WebAssembly project, just navigate to your client section. So that's a client project. Now under client project, navigate to WWWRoot folder. So when you open it, you can see we have Index.html. So open Index.html and let's see what we have in there first. So when this opens, you can see we have the head tag. So there is a structure for your application. Now we have the head tag and we have the body tag, and that is it. You have the script tag inside the body. Now in here, this is what you're going to do. Now from aside from or within the body tag, the first one you can see we have a div and the ID is app. So this div, now this SVG class, this element here is a navigation. Okay, so you can see the circle. Now the radius 4 and it is moving up to this. Now as you can see from here, now there is a loading test. So when you refresh this, the application or the icon or the loading animation gets loaded from 10 up to 100. Let's try to comment this. So let's highlight this and now click on this to comment this. Let's save this and let's refresh. That's what happened. So you can see we have this 100, nothing happens again. Like we see nothing happens. So when you highlight or when we do the same thing to this as well, it means it's going to load with no indicator. So as you can see, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Okay, so can we customize our own? Yes, we can. Now to customize or write our own there, what can we do? So we can start to change or go in for a loading icon, and a loading icon or loading animation, you can use the progress bar in Bootstrap. So when we navigate to Bootstrap, you can get that over there. So let's see what we can do actually here. So when we navigate to Bootstrap documentation, we're going to have this animated strips. Now these strips, we can actually use this as a loading indicator, and that is the source code here. So we can now just copy this over here and now go in there and paste it. Okay, so let's see. Now I also have this similar here, so let's also grab this. It is the same thing as that. Let's grab this and in here let's paste this here. So we wait to get it pasted, and that is a Bootstrap. So let's see. Alright, so we have it over there. Let's give you a space from the old one. Okay, so we have the progress bar and we just copy from the Bootstrap. So the same thing applies to what we have in here. The class is progress bar striped, progress bar animated, and as you can see, there is the same. So we have the class as progress bar. So this is the progress bar. Now when you check here, the row here, it is progress bar. Okay, so the class is progress bar, and now let's see, we have the style. Now with the style, the weight, we pass in this. So this, where do we get this from? This is a variable. Where do we get it from? So when you go to Solution Explorer, now the same place, you see we have, you're going for a CS class. So open the CSS and I'll go for apps.css. Now when you come down here, we have this loading here. So this is what you are using. This is a test. Okay, so we have a loading test over here, and now this is what we are using as the, so there is a variable that we are using. So this loads from 0 up to 100. So we copy this, and that is what exactly we place it over here. Okay, now the next thing that we can do here is we have to set up our own span in between. So we have span, and we set the class to loading test. Now when we get to our apps.cs or css, we can have our own customized CS, that's the loading test over here. So let's see. Now in there, in the loading test, we have loading test after, and we have the loading test. So we can copy this and we can use it in there. So this is a customized class that we are using to load the application. Okay, so loading test, then test align the center weight, the font weight is bold, then insert, we calculate it and put it over there. As soon as it loads from 0 to 100, it must be in the middle. And this is the loading after, so after it's supposed to change from loading to 100. Okay, so let's save this and let's see. So if I click on this, let's see what happens here. If I decide to click refresh this, now you can see we have the customized over here. I can see it loads from 0 to 100, but maybe we can customize this, as you can see from here. So we can use this progress bar stripe and animated. So we can use this in there. So let's copy this, and in the index.razor this progress bar, so we paste it here. So progress bar striped, progress bar animated. Let's save this, and now let's see the change that we're gonna have here. So reload. Now you can see we have the stripe here. So you can see it is a stripe that it is loading. Okay, so it is loading. All right, so this is what you can do. Let's clear the history of this, then we can reload again, because this is loading very fast because it has cached it in the browser's memory. So we can't see it. All we can see here is from 100, right? Because it has cached it already. Now let's clear history, and let's start to launch it again. All right, so I've cleared the browser history. Let's try to reload this again and see what's going to happen now. So I refresh. Now you can see it's going to load from 1, you can see, and it's calculating the position of this. By the time it gets to 100, it must be in the middle, as you can see. Let's do it once more. As you can see, it is loading. Now it has cached it, so we have it over there. All right, so that is it. That is the simplest way that you can customize the loading indicator in your WebAssembly. But there are a lot of styles that we can actually use in there. Even when you go to the internet, you can see we have a CSS loading style. You copy them and use what we indicated here as the variable. So you can just calculate the loading test and move it up there to 100 as the bar also increases, or the weight increases as well. I'll leave this just short code and the CSS and description, so I'll just leave you the link over there. You can just click it to just grab that. So when you grab it, make sure you highlight this or you take this off, then you can just paste what you have here, and the little CSS that we have here, you can paste it in there and you are good to go. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is clear, and hopefully I'm going to catch you up in the next video.